Let's move to this from the Post-Millennial. An educator at El Dorado High School in Placentia, California, was captured on video giving students explicit instructions during class on how to have pleasure during anal sex and where to find sex toys that will stimulate the prostate gland. The video posted to the Instagram account EDHS Caught Lacking, this is the Instagram account, shows the educator sitting atop a desk in front of a classroom full of students discussing why anal sex is pleasurable for gay men. We do have that video, which is, like, I feel uncomfortable playing this video because it's so disgusting and it's really quite explicit. But this is what is being talked about in schools. This is being presented to kids at schools. And so we have to face it. And here it is
where the prostate is. So you don't have to go inside the booty hole. You can actually just push on the seam, and that stimulates the prostate gland as well. And that, they apparently really like that. But yeah, so that's why for male and male, anal sex is still very pleasurable because of the fact that it hits the prostate, and there's a lot of nerve endings in your booty as well. So the girls, the G-spot, prostate, they're the equivalent to each other, but apparently that's why if you ever see, like, I mean, Target has them now, sex toys. If you go to Target, seriously, if you go to Target and go where the tampons and pads are, they just look like a little box, but if you open up, there's like a Velcro front to the box, you open it up, and then bam, sex toy. And you'll see them. CVS, yes, CVS has them too, a lot of them. And so that's why when you look at the toys, a lot of them look like this.
I can keep saying it and sound like a broken record, but I will say it every time that woman should be in prison. Like that should be a prison sentence. And that's what I want to start hearing. That's the next step, the next phase or it should be for Republicans. There's been a real effort to ban this kind of discussion from classrooms, which is good. But next, we need to start saying that the teachers who engage in this behavior are sexual predators, because that's what that is. Like, let's just call it what it is. This is not simply an inappropriate conversation for the school system, which it is. This is you are preying sexually on kids. And you need to go to jail for that. It takes a special kind of company to want to partner with my show. I say a lot of things that make a lot of people angry, and this tends to scare off advertisers. That's just part of the bargain. That's why I'm so grateful for partners like Pure Talk, who stand behind me and my show, no matter the consequences they might face. And that takes real courage on their part. It really does. Pure Talk shares my values, which is why we've made them the official cell phone wireless partner of the Daily Wire. That's not the only reason, though. Pure Talk offers the most dependable 5G network in the U.S. I use it myself. It's a great product. So you're not just buying it because you're supporting the cause. You're buying that, but also it's a great product and a great service. Their plans are top tier, but at a fraction of the cost of AT&T, Verizon, or T-Mobile. You can get unlimited text, talk, and unlimited data with a mobile hotspot for just $55 a month. You vote with how you spend your money, so stop supporting woke wireless companies that don't support you. Instead, go to puretalk.com/Walsh. You'll get great coverage, and you'll save while you're doing it. When you go to puretalk.com/Walsh, you'll save an additional 50% off your first month because they actually value you, if you can imagine that. That's puretalk.com/Walsh. Pure Talk, wireless for Americans, by Americans. We will know that some semblance of sanity has been restored to this country when we see a video like that, but instead of just cutting off, it ends with police officers walking into that room, putting that disgusting predator in handcuffs and carting her out of the room, and then throwing her into a jail cell. Throwing her into a cage like an animal is what she deserves. That's when we know that sanity, when we see that, that's going to be our sign that sanity has really made a comeback. We're making some progress. I think sanity's trying to make a comeback, but that's how we know it will have that the comeback has started, I suppose. The other interesting thing about that video is you listen to the class. Like, they're not even paying attention, nor should they be. This is a useless, on top of being disgusting and wrong and predatory to be talking about this in the classroom, it's also completely useless and pointless on top of all that. It's got nothing to do with any kind of academic subject that they need to be learning about. And the kids they're not even paying attention. They're bored by it. So good for them. I'm glad they're not paying attention. But what does that tell you? I think at least when I went to school, and even when so-called comprehensive sex ed, and this is a concept that really originates, as we talked about, What is a Woman, with Alfred Kinsey, degenerate pedophile, and it really starts with him, and he's someone who very much wanted to sexualize children. And so as long as there has been comprehensive sex education in the schools, and there has been for decades, there has been an effort in the schools to sexualize children, because that's what comprehensive sex ed is all about. And we had comprehensive sex ed when I was a kid in school, so there were plenty of inappropriate conversations going on. Nothing to that extent. And I think back to when I was in high school. If we had a teacher sitting up there talking about that, we would be shocked. There'd be a lot of like nervous laughter, and people would be shocked, and that would be probably stunned silence, I think, also. But these kids are bored. They're just like carrying on other side conversations. And I think what that tells us is that they're so used to hearing this kind of stuff from their teachers that it's not even surprising to them. They're not even laughing at how awkward and inappropriate this is, as kids probably would have 20 years ago when I was in high school. For them, this is just another day at the office. This is another day in the classroom. And that's maybe the most disturbing thing about it, in fact. If you'd like to see what else I have to say, you can access my full show by going to dailywire.com or by going to the Matt Walsh Show Twitter page. Hope to see you there. Godspeed.